I remember my son coming home from school saying, "Dad, there was a kid at school wearing a mask. Should I be wearing a mask?" And that's only when we had like 30 infections in the whole country. So my son and I started wearing masks not long after that. And then, but people stared and people looked and like, "What are you wearing that for?" But then now, obviously, everybody wears them. There's only so many different ways you can protect yourself from this, and I think I've done quite a bit for my home and for base camp. There's different steps, and my son and I, when his comes in, we're going to go over the three that we have. And the big mama would be your full face respirator gas mask type, and we have those. I can't imagine having to use those on a daily basis. We're preparing for that. Yeah. Who thought we would be wearing masks at all? There we go. Easy peasy. Well, welcome to Base Camp, YouTubers. Again. Amen.
No. We need to do the dink it thing.
Not until we put our masks on.
Well, we need to put the mask.
Let's eat one piece first,
Fine,
and then we'll do our mask.
So, YouTubers, lately we've been playing Alien.
We're going to talk about masks today because it's obviously a big thing in the communities, and we're not here to tell you what to do. It's your family. It's however your opinion is on it. Completely fine.
No, you should wear a mask.
You're
the reason it's spreading if you don't wear one.
Stop. That's not true.
Yes, it is.
You can't tell people what to do. You can only advise them. We're going to show you what we would do, what we're doing, and you guys do what you think is best. There's 4 different types. The ones everybody started with, kind of where everybody is now, where I think we should be, and the next and final step would be the Big Daddy.
You know what
I don't think we're there yet, but there's 3 other ones where one I think we should be, but we're not. So.
You know what they do? Karens, they're all like, "Oh, I can't breathe because of it." Well, there's doctors that wear it for like 32 hours doing heart surgeries, and they're fine.
You'll have different opinions, both sides of the fences. I believe in wearing a mask. Just like if you went to the hospital, you would, for surgery or whatever it is, something that you wanted to be protected from, you would expect the doctors and nurses to have masks on.
Well, why don't you?
So why don't we, as collectively, do it too? You shouldn't have a different opinion on someone who works in the health field and someone who doesn't. The protection level is all the same. So, I think, that people should wear masks, and the ones that don't, even though you may feel invincible or you may feel like you're not sick, doesn't mean you can't spread it to others. It's just how viruses work.
Some people have reactions to it.
It doesn't matter if it's coronavirus or the flu, Ebola. They all spread the same way, basically. Is it through droplets or through contact? Or it's completely logical to think that a mask would help slow that down. Nothing is 100%. There's so much stuff we do here to keep the home safe, and none of it works separately. None of it separately is 100%. None of it together is 100%. Filtration and masks and bleach water and alcohol wipes and wiping things down and mopping the floors and the doorknobs. None of that. Humidifiers, none of that separately is 100%, and none of it even together is 100%. So.
Also, you should put the mask over your nose too.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of people
Wearing it down around their.
Or on their chin. They're like, I'm wearing one.
Why wear it? That tells me, the people that do that, tells me they're doing it because they have to, not because they think it's safer.
Mm-hmm. And it's annoying walking around seeing people with it only over their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Breathing on everything.
Well, I'm high risk, and I don't like to go out. I go out. They say a mask is for protecting other people in case you're sick and don't know it. It works both ways. It protects you and other people. I don't like going out protecting other people and then seeing them not caring, given the same amount of consideration for me. You know, us. So.
Oh, another thing is, I've seen people start getting the vaccination, and then they think they don't have to wear masks anymore.
If you don't have time to read the news and what the health professionals are saying, you need to make time. Because just because you get the vaccine does not mean that you are cured. It does not mean that you can't get it. It does not mean that you don't already have it. It doesn't mean that you can't spread it. The first shot only brings you up to about half immunity. It's like 40-45%. That's why they have a booster that brings you back. Once you get the second one, brings you up to 90-95%. So if you haven't had the second one, you're not even at 50% yet. Don't be fooled. They said just because you get the vaccine, you still need to wear a mask, and you still need to social distance and be careful. Chowder's here drooling all over my leg for pizza crust.
Who wouldn't?
That's right. Dang dog, you get a spanking.
This is good stuff, man. It's soft, but kind of crunchy.
A little bit, yeah. Got the goods, man.
No, you can't eat that.
Right. All right, you got to put your mask on. We're gonna do this to get a picture. We might put some of these in the bloopers. We'll get a blooper reel at the end.
Hold on. I got.
So we have these. I'm gonna explain first, and I'll probably.
Oh, did you give me the creepy one?
No.
Oh, okay.
You got the good one.
I got the creepy one.
The good one, the creepy one. I don't fit. The good one's the good ones. They're both good. They're both new. They're not used. They've just been replaced with a newer version. Okay, these are surplus. So he and I both have one. We both have the big bomb filters, and in another bag we have the straw. We're not going to hook these up. These are for canteen for drinking. In a nuclear situation, a fallout radioactive type situation, you may not be able to take your mask off to drink. We have another mask like this upstairs for him. He likes that one because the lenses. But worst came to worst, I would probably have him use this one so he can drink. All right, so let me get mine on. Okay, whatever, dude. You're not Darth Vader, man.
You gotta make sure if you have hair.
Did you clear it?
You gotta make sure that if you have hair, your hair is like outside of it.
Yeah.
Because it'll make little holes in it, and you can breathe in that toxic stuff. We'll show you how we make sure we don't got no mustard gas in them. Oh, jeez, I thought I saw Tucker.
I can tell mine's already sealed up. How's that look?
Good.
With my hat on?
Huh?
With my hat on?
Yeah.
You should cover it. You suck in. It should suck to your face. Now,
It's a farting noise.
this is your exhale. When you cover that and blow, it should blow air out, clearing it. It actually will blow contaminated air out of the mask. You're not going to clear this until you have a filter on. This is already going to be attached because as soon as you breathe in, if there's no filter, you're just breathing in bad air. Okay, so this is going to be on. Then you're going to cover this and suck in and do your clearing. So anyway. All right, time for the picture, man. All we're gonna do, we're just gonna do it, and we're gonna tink it.
No. We're going to bump it, consume it, and digest it.
We're gonna bump it and jump it. Bump.
No, bump it, consume it, and digest it.
It doesn't rhyme. All right. Lean in towards me like this. Freeze frame. Make sure you can see the pizza. Just pause it. Hold on. Hold it there for a second. Hello, Mr. Pizza. How are you today? I sure like everybody. Alright, well, that's good.
Wait, we have to do different shots in case we don't like it.
Like you're putting it in your mouth. This is your surgical mask. This is what everybody a year ago didn't want to use. This is what everybody now is using. They've actually gone to kind of a second step. See, this is what everybody first. Last year, I'm sure you know, you couldn't even get these. Now you can buy them in the gas station, and the reason because they've switched over to cloth masks with inserts, either cloth mask with insert or two masks. The CDC now has recommended wearing two masks.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I'm going to open this.
Oh, crap.
Obviously, I'm going to show you because this one has some nose cushion here. If you're going to have to, if you ever had to wear one of these all day long, you know no mask is comfortable when you have to wear it all day long.
Gas masks are pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, for a mask, they are. Usually, your surgical masks will have one color on one side, like a yellow or a blue, and the inside will be white. Sometimes you'll see people wearing them inside out. Does it matter? It's the same material one way or the other. I think this is more of a kind of a one-way breathable material. So I would make sure that you have it on correctly.
And then if you tell someone, it's like roulette because they could either get mad at you or say, oh, thank you. Most likely they can get mad at you.
I'm sure this looks familiar to most people because this is what we started out with last year, and it was apparently it was effective. It was recommended. First they said no, don't wear it because they wanted to save it for the healthcare people. Then they said okay, no, we'll wear them. They changed information quickly because nobody really knew anything about this virus. I feel that we really still don't know much about this virus, not as much as people think they know. I mean, you hear people last year say, oh, it's just like the flu. No, now you see, with 500,000, almost 500,000, not quite 500,000. What is it, 370,000 people dead? That's not the flu. On a good season, the flu might take 70,000, 80,000 people a year.
Still a lot,
in the United States. That's a lot. This virus has killed more than World War II. Every death in World War II, 5 times as many people as the Vietnam War, or more now. It used to be 5 times. And this is good. I would say if you're going to still wear a mask like this, if you want to, I would combine it with the second step. And here, this is what we do. The second step is a cloth mask with an insert, these inserts. If you don't want to put one of these on, like I said, CDC is recommending double masking now, which I mean, it makes sense. Does that look right? It's just covered. I mean, it makes sense. Two masks are better than one. But if you have a problem with one mask, you're going to have a problem with two masks. I mean, there's no way around that. If you're not a masker, you're not a person who believes that they're safe and that they help reduce transmission, your two's not going to make a difference to you. I think this is the stage we're at. The only difference is we don't do this. We don't do this and this. What we have is these inserts. I'm going to put one in and I'll show you. These inserts go inside these cloth masks, which is basically this. So you don't have to have two masks. And it does make it a little easier. These masks, one, are washable, so it's a little better for the environment because the inserts are not quite as big as this. They don't have metal inside them. But this, you'll see, goes on pretty much the same way.
And it's like curved to fit your face.
Right. And you can get these on Amazon. I think it was like $5 for $15. I mean,
You can even get ones with like little cartoons on them.
Yeah, I mean, you can buy these cloth ones in the gas station, grocery store, Walmart. Every place has them. There's no shortage of them. I have plenty here as a backup. He has one here. Of course, he has one of his mother's as well. And this is what we are right now. Where do I think we should be? I think we should be using these. And I'll tell you why. Well, like I said, we're not trying to tell you guys what to do. We're only trying to show you what we do. Where we are. I know it's real professional eating pizza while we're talking to you guys, but we're trying to make it more family-ish. Anyway, so I got off track. Let's get back to this. So we covered the paper mask, which is where people were, and some people still do. In an emergency, if you forget a mask, you don't have a mask, a lot of places have these. You can grab them right at the door as you walk in. The hospital's not going to let you in. At least here, the hospital's not going to let you in if you don't have one. They'll give you one, or they'll just deny you access. Most places like that here in Maine, I think countrywide, most places say, if you cannot social distance, which is pretty much every building in Maine now, if you're indoors, you have to wear one of these. You won't get in, which can be a bit scary, you know, because I can see eventually with the vaccine, they could say, hey, do you have your vaccine card? If you don't, you can't get in. Even with this. That's just my theory, so don't take that to the bank. So anyway, we talked about this. We talked about the cloth mask with the insert. This is what him and I use now. Where do I think we should be? I feel now, like I said earlier, in the kind of the pre-clip to this clip, that we should be using these. I feel now about these like I did back then when these first started getting worn. People gave you weird looks, and they were like, "Why are you wearing that?" You know, it wasn't widely accepted. Nor is this going to be. And I'm going to show you. We had a kind of a preview in our other video. I think this is yours, isn't it? Yeah, this is yours because it's small. This is his, so I'm going to just have him put that on so I can show you.
Somebody's got to be the first one to put it on, man.
I've already put mine on.
You've worn yours out before?
No.
Well, somebody's got to be the first one to do that.
Oh, yeah, wearing it out is going to be just like when you first started wearing this.
I don't remember how I put this on.
It's a safety thing. It has nothing to do with fashion. These cloth masks came out. This one, see, that's your breathe port. There you go. Okay. That's good. Can you breathe in it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a half-face respirator. A lot of people that industrial work, chemicals, painting, lumber, woodworking, anything that will
I tried to rub my nose.
is in the air. What's that?
I tried to rub my nose. I went like
Yeah,
this.
This is. I'm going to tell you this. Is this 100% effective against viruses? No, it's not. But I'll tell you what. I guarantee you, it's better than these.
You could put those underneath this.
You could. Like you can make any combination you want. It's completely up to you. It's completely your call. Your life is not my personal business. I only want to show you. This is where I think we should be. You look at a lot of people wearing masks now, and look at the amount of infections. We're millions and millions and millions and millions of infections. So are masks working? Either they're working and people just aren't wearing them, or what we're doing now isn't working because the infections are still going up.
So we need like
And
more.
the deaths are catching up to the infections. People are still dying. So if this works, then something's wrong somewhere. People just aren't using them, or they don't work enough. This is where I think we should be. Are we there? Are we doing it? Honestly, no. We're doing this. And we may start doing two. We haven't decided yet. So, and the other piece would be the gas masks. So we kind of did backwards. We were supposed to do them in order, but the gas masks we showed you earlier.
Yeah, can you take this off me?
Yeah. Just lift it up over your head. Lift it up.
No, this
the
one.
back one. Yeah. There's a little thing here, tab, that you push it in. So we keep them in the bag. Once you take these out, I showed earlier in the other part of this video that's already you've seen. It shows these. Once you have these out, you fix yourself, man. Once you have these filters out, they start working. They're in a package. So we keep them until we need them in a bag. This is the bag that came in, which is good for storage. There is information on how to use them, size, fit test them, and when you fit test something, you usually want to make sure it's on, clear it, and then you want to have some type of vapor, non-toxic. It could be cologne, perfume, hairspray, to make sure it's kind of filtering things out. Those are vapor. These are rated for vapor. Some of these are not. So it just depends on what kind you get. So you really want to look, you want to read what it's intended for. So that's about all I got really for the masks, for tonight's show.
Screamers.
Well, yeah, every episode we should do something. We had pizza. That's kind of lighthearted. That's why I said we wanted to make it feel like family-ish.
We had
didn't want to be
pizza
all-
while wearing gas masks.
Yeah. Yeah.
When
You
her
haven't
body
seen
got
the
thrown at a church.
Yeah, you haven't seen the ending to Silent Hill. I'm sure you probably have. It's pretty gruesome. She gets like shredded by barbed wire. Just
Then some girl gets thrown it gets her like skin ripped off.
yeah, from Triangle Head. He catches her before
Triangle
she goes.
Man. Rips her skin off and throws her out of church. That's terrible. Who does that, man?
I know, man. It's a Silent Hill. That's some crazy shit. It's Hollywood, man. It's crazy shit.
Ugh.
They come up with some weird stuff, man. And that seems to be, they come up with that kind of stuff for a movie, and it seems to be okay. But if I talked about that shit around here, people would call, like, probably the police on me, or a doctor or a psychologist or something. But it's okay for Hollywood to come up with that kind of stuff.
Well, because they're Hollywood, obviously.
Yeah, well, somebody wrote it. Somebody thought about it in their head.
Yeah, let's rip her
You've
skin
seen
off.
Silent Hill. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Don't. That was good. You're gonna live with that, doggy. You didn't want any more?
No.
You know what, man? I'm gonna smash you with this. You know what? We had sticks. We had paddles with similar to this, except they have long paddles.
Oh, and they have like
And
Q-tips.
they had one on each side. It was just like this.
They're like giant Q-tips.
Yeah, and we had to like knock each other out.
Quick update. If he's not up in 10 minutes, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm kind of talking to him, sipping my coffee right now. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned.
Well, who else decided to show up? I don't understand that one. Jules, handsome. Yes, you woke right up. Just like I said. I said wake up, Chad, and you hopped right up and got awake ready for school.
Angelus, Mortis, wake up. Wake up. 3, 2, 1. Get up. You get up now.
I drink too much coffee.
See, even that doesn't work every time.
Horse shit, hold on. What do you drink? What are you drinking all the teas?
Shut up, maybe I am.
Dirty car, no more yet. So,
Is this one mine?
that's here. Should be. Got your name on it? It's on the top.
Yep.
Take it in.